Hello and welcome to this one-off Quick Tech News segment where we are going to share exciting news regarding the replacement of the Windows 10 operating system. We covered Windows 11 briefly in our last Quick Tech News installment, but since that segment was posted, Microsoft has held a reveal event, shed some light on the new features, and made the OS available to users that have opted into the Windows Insiders program. Let's take a look at what's new. A messy leak probably wasn't the way Microsoft envisioned Windows 11's introduction to the world, but it in no way affected the launch of the new OS Thursday. It isn't often that a new version of Windows comes around, so here's what's new with the latest offering from Redmond. As reported here over the past two news reports, Microsoft is clearly evolving everything we saw in Windows 10. There's an updated look that's nice to see after the last few years with the previous version. Windows 11 will be a free upgrade for Windows 10 users and will be available to the general public in Q4 of 2021. The centered taskbar we saw in leaked images is still front and center. For many users, it'll be a somewhat confusing change to revamp the interface people have become accustomed to over the past 2 decades. Early testers report that it is no problem to revert back to the original look, although it seems there's still no option to have labels show up on the taskbar, a common gripe amongst beta testers. It will be interesting to see how Windows users feel about the redesigned Start menu. The last time Microsoft tried to change that up with the full screen Start page in Windows 8, known as the Metro interface, it universally triggered overwhelming complaints. Windows 11's version isn't as dramatic a change, but it'll still require some learning. One new addition is Snap Groups, a collection of apps that you can easily access together on the taskbar. That's a smart step forward, since few of us use just one app at a time. I could see whipping together a Snap Group with Outlook, ConnectWise, and Chrome to handle my usual workflow. You can also look forward to web-based widgets, which bring up quick bites of information like the local weather and your calendar, all at a glance. Multi-monitor Windows users can expect some upgrades to their experience too. Windows 11 can finally juggle apps across multiple displays without wreaking havoc on your workflow. If a laptop is disconnected from an external monitor, the apps on that second screen will be minimized as opposed to being crammed into the smaller display. During the presentation on Thursday, we also saw how the OS can remember exactly where the user places specific windows. Missing from that Windows 11 leak was how it would improve the tablet PC experience, but the final version of the OS seems to have some nifty upgrades. This includes items like a larger touch target so that you can more easily resize apps, and also a reworked touchscreen keyboard, which sits in the corner of the screen for thumb typing. As reported in last week's Quick Tech News, Microsoft is also making it easier for developers to bring any kind of app over to the Microsoft Store, while also making the interface easier to navigate for users. During the launch event Thursday, Microsoft Chief Product Officer Panos Panay announced that the store will accept Win32 apps in addition to the standard UWP, or Universal Windows Platform software. Even better, he said, that developers can keep all of the revenue they earn from third-party commerce platforms. That could put some pressure on Apple to loosen up restrictions on its own App Store. And a move that really drives home the point about making it easier for developers to get their software on Windows, as well as efforts to make it more touch-friendly, Microsoft announced that it was adding support for Android apps. The apps should be coming to the Microsoft Store eventually, but they can also be installed via the Amazon App Store as well. They won't just be limited to emulator windows on the software. The integration means that apps will be in the Start menu, show up with individual dedicated icons on the taskbar, and launch with desktop shortcuts as well. Panos Panay said during the keynote that Microsoft is using Intel Bridge technology to bring this integration, making it seamless and smooth. But that doesn't mean that it's limited to Intel machines. Microsoft confirmed on a press call that Android apps will work on AMD systems as well. With the plethora of Android apps currently available, Windows 11 looks like it'll be a much more inviting OS for mobile, touch-centric workflows. Overall, Microsoft seems to be making a bigger push to make Windows 11 the center of your computing life. It'll have Microsoft Teams baked right in, something that'll make it easier to chat with colleagues. At the beginning of the presentation, Panay talked about how there's a certain level of comfort to our childhood homes, places we know practically by heart. In that vein, Windows 11 does not change the Windows formula much, meaning that for users who have been raised on PCs, it still feels like home. And with that, we come to the end of this special look at the next Windows operating system. We'll provide links to Mr. Panay's blog post, as well as the full video of the release event. Please be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell to be alerted whenever new content is posted. Again, my name is Aaron, and I thank you for joining us today.